I hope that people who are watching this understand that it is better for their brains to engage with politics rather than to comment on it from a distance, you know? The purpose of engagement with politics should ultimately be to affect your will on the outcome rather than to observe and complain. All right, appeal to the short attention span of my viewers. What the hell are you two on here for? What are we doing today?
I don't know. I've never heard of progressive victory or politics before. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna need my hand held through this entire process.
What are we here for today, Ben?
Well, thankfully for some of us, I do know what a progressive victory is, and it's what we're hoping to achieve today because it's election day. Woo! California, there's like 5 million PV candidates that are on the ballot today. We just launched our new election page, so our new endorsement page, so that's actually a pretty great place to start to see all the candidates we're doing. And you can even sort by election day to see who's on the ballot for today. We've got
our research team gave us a list of all the people that we're going to be like kind of following this tonight, and it's like 5 pages long. There are so many good candidates all across the country. It's amazing.
Can somebody link that?
Yeah,
I can send it to you. Yeah.
Yeah, Jenny can send it over to you while I talk a little bit. So
it doesn't look nice, but it's just a document.
Yeah, so there's a ton of candidates. The big ones that we're focusing on today are obviously there's Tom Steyer, but there's Adam Hamawi, who's a Justice Democrat. There's Shoykat Chakrabarty, who's also a Justice Democrat. There's Mai Vong, who's also a Justice Democrat. And then there's a fourth candidate who's also a Justice Democrat, but I can't remember what the fuck their name is because there's too many Justice Democrats. All of them are endorsed by PV, though, and we've been working very closely with them. And the two that we're on here to advertise the most are Adam Hamawi and Shoykat, because those are the ones that we're doing phone banking for right now for the rest of the day until polls close. So they're the ones that need your help. So anybody who wants to help, go fucking do it. They need help.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I know Shoykat because I literally went there. Who's the other? I missed the first.
Adam Hamawi, legendary, legendary hero who actually like a doctor in Gaza, like rescuing Gazan children. Kind of a cool guy, I think.
What do you think?
Literally like
Hamawi's
a stereotype.
chances are?
Very good.
New Jersey 12. Let me see. New Jersey 12 polling. So much to.
You can look at the one pager we sent you for Hamawi.
Yeah.
It's also in that document that you have on stream right now.
Hey.
Yeah, we're gonna release.
Latest looks good. The polling, I mean.
Yeah, we're going to be releasing those one-pagers publicly because we now have an insanely cracked research team with like over 40 people on it. So we're just cranking out like research material for a bunch of different candidates, a bunch of different races, and we want to be able to publish it for the entire left.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's especially for following the midterms, it can be a little bit difficult to keep up with everything unless you have like a presser page or a summary of positions or whatever, you know. The endorsement page, which you have quite a few people on here. Look at this. Good Lord, what have you people been up to? Well, that's good to know. What can my intrepid, heroic, and replete with free time viewers do about all this?
What they can do is they can go to, if they haven't already, because some of the people here I kind of recognize, but if they haven't already, go to progress.win/join, and then you can join up in our little Discord server. And then we have a whole bunch of voice channels called Organizing VC. And there's going to be phone banks from Adam Hamawi, phone banks for Shoykat Chakrabarty. If you've never done phone banking before, or you don't even know what it is, that is okay. You can just join those voice chats, and hosts there are going to tell you exactly how to do it. And
me and Jenny will be in there doing training, doing the phone bank hosting alongside a lot of other PV members. And you'll even have some fun because, believe it or not, volunteering is actually a fun activity.
Yeah,
it can be a fun activity, especially when you have everybody kind of doing a stupid little bingo where you're like, someone had a dog barking in the background. Now I got bingo, and now everybody has to say nice things about me.
Everyone has to drink, yeah.
Yeah. Also, starting tomorrow, because we don't ever take a break now, PV has finally reached the scale of being one of just the bigger orgs in the left. So now we have new national initiatives every day, no break for the rest of time. That's the other graphic we sent you. We are just immediately going from national initiative to national initiative because there's like 4 more this month. The next 2 we're doing are Daria Liza in New York, where Mamdani is working on. We're trying to connect with him. It's actually going kind of well. Updates soon there. And then Josie, who's actually been on your stream before and is like a longtime content creator and PV member, who's running for county council. She's fucking amazing. So we're also doing stuff for her. Then later in the month, we're doing Julie Gonzalez and Milat Kiros, who are two other amazing progressive candidates running. And then we're going into July with William Lawrence and Salam Bati. Salam Bati, who actually is running in Crystal and Kyle's district and is running in the district that Crystal ran in a few years ago.
Might be trying to see if we can make a cool thing happen with that. We'll see. A little bit of spoilers.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah. And then there's Abdul El Sayed in August and the end of July, alongside Cory Bush, Oliver Larkin and Angie Nixon in Florida, Jeremy Whalen in Massachusetts, and Karishma Manzoor and Heath Howard in New Hampshire. And that's assuming there's no fun runoffs. That is our national initiative slate for the candidates that we are working on nationally. There is many more candidates that we're volunteering for at the state level. So join PV, progress.win/join, join your state team, and volunteer, or don't volunteer and join
just hang out.
Because PV is also just a social space.
Remarkable how far along PV has come in the short time that it's operated, going from, you know, essentially just working on the periphery of some of these larger campaigns to actually having contacts with a lot of important national figures. You know, going down to San Francisco and seeing you guys schmooze with some of the high rollers down there was pretty fun. No, it's just it's been good, and it's a sort of a testament to how quickly, you know, the Democratic Party is wide open to this kind of grassroots participation. The Republican Party is pretty much entirely, you know, internally dictated by astroturfing and corporate donations. They don't really have many organic, from the ground, you know, grassroots canvassing orgs, because for one, young people don't really support Republicans, and for two, it's a fundamentally inauthentic political party. But there are authentic people within the Democrats, and you know, it's kind of a wide open field.
Yeah, it's really crazy. It's like once you have a good system and a critical mass of people who are willing to engage with it, things sort of take on a life of their own. It's part of like the lesson of PV has sort of been trying to figure out what that best structure for the org to be, and it's changed many times and a lot of
times
infighting about what it should be. But like once you sort of hit that model, things start to explode exponentially. And the model that we hit on is something that we call community first digital organizing. So we don't, you know, there are a lot of DSA chapters who like to do radical book clubs and then call that organizing. We take a different approach.
We call book clubs.
and then we let people who want to volunteer do that next to the book club, and maybe some people decide to volunteer, and a lot of the time they do. So we try to create a digital third space for our national org, and then we try to make local IRL third spaces for people, and then we keep those completely separate from the volunteering. It's just friend group building, people who, you know, I've always wanted to play Rainbow Six Siege. I've never had a friend group before. Now I do.
Server, I understand.
We do have a Minecraft server. I have not used it because these motherfuckers keep me too busy.
There's a fight pit at
fun.
Spawn. There's a fight pit at Spawn for epic duels where you die because you're cringe and only have like sword armor. I said sword armor like I haven't played Minecraft before. I'm a goddamn chub.
You're doing the equivalent of like the mobile game ad where you're like, can you beat my high score? And you demonstrate you have no idea what you're talking about. So you're trying to bait people into one-upping you, and then they canvas along with it because they're just adjacent to the, you know, the volunteering. No, I'm very happy to hear that things have grown so well and that there's so much to do. Obviously, it means more work for you, but you know, that's not my problem. That's yours. No, PV's exploded. The memberships are doing well, right? They're doing quite well as well.
Very much so. Yes.
Yep. We're almost at 1,300 dues paying members and 20,000 members overall to join the org.
That is fantastic.
Actually, would love to get another 200 out of this push. We're at $19,000 a month, and we would like to hire on more volunteers as staff. So please, progress.win/member, become a dues paying member. Actually, if you're waiting for your membership card, I have a ton here that are printed that I cannot ship out because I don't have your information. Go to the server, in the server under where's my membership, and fill out the form so that way I can know where the fuck to send your shit. Do that.
Yeah, I still have mine right here. My shiny red one, which says honorary member. See?
That's right, because you're too lazy to actually go to the Act Blue page.
Because I forget every time stream ends, yeah.
Yeah, we should almost sit here and we should do what we do to the other people when we donor bank. We should just sit on the phone with you and wait for you to do it.
It's at this point, it's more of a good running bit that I never do. Also, if I contributed, Act Blue would find out that I actually have been streaming this entire time from Shenzhen, China. and that I'm not legally
Good
allowed to
cover.
donate. Yeah, to American political PACs, or sorry, to PACs. So yeah, no, there is also like a self-interested reason for the abstemiousness on my part. Really though, yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff coming up in the midterms. I'm going to be more involved in interviewing people in the near future as well, because I want to talk to people and get ahead of some of these races. I'm going to be watching with teeth clenched and sort of butthole tight the California race. I didn't really feel like I had much of a weigh in on that one, partly because it's been a shit show and partly because I don't have much faith in the continued existence of California. I'm pretty sure that it too will sink into the sea. Seems to be the fate of many of America's southern coastal cities. I guess we'll see how it goes.
The governor's race is not the only one that's kind of close. We took a look at it, and Shoykat Chakrabarti,
There's a lot.
They've got a lot of momentum going on right now, but it's looking like it's a pretty dead heat. So if you're like, hey, we think this Shoykat should win because he like said hi to Vaush that one time, you should do phone banking today.
He
See if
did.
you can
He
make
was-
that
yeah,
nice.
Also New Jersey today. So if you go to section view on the endorsement page, you can see all of the candidates who are up for election today. So if you're covering election tonight, you should maybe keep an eye on those races as well.
Where's the Act Blue link for becoming a member of PV and getting a shiny card?
You can type in progress.win/member.
Progress.win/member. I did it. What do I get?
Congratulations.
You did it? Well, it depends how much did you do it?
I typed it once. I'll copy and paste the link a couple of times, okay? There we go. We got it. I'll even throw it in YouTube chat.
God, it looks like the way that it does whenever we do a shout out inside of PV, where everybody just goes, link.
And then no one clicks
it's amazing.
it. They just like to see the links flow.
Yeah, and then no one clicks it.
Really though,
some people do.
I really hope Shoykat wins. Shoykat was a cool guy, and we also seem between Shoykat and Steyer, we seem to have like a recurring theme of ultra wealthy dudes being the most progressive candidate in their race. It's kind of fun to have the Pritzker wave sort of sweep the nation. I hope that it continues.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because it was not unlikely that I would have been one of the candidates in this current wave if PV didn't pick me up and drain my soul in advance. But now Oliver Larkin's running in my district instead, so now I just help him.
You don't need that smoke, trust me. If this is stressful for you, I can't imagine. I can't imagine how bad it would be seeing you out there in the damn races. Especially, what are you, 19?
26.
Okay, yeah. That's okay. Plenty of time, right?
Yeah, well, I think I actually enjoy managing like PV more than I would being a candidate. It's sort of like, because PV has a big media department, a big community department, organizing department, like tech department. It lets me do all of the different things that I've always wanted to do in some way, but it's always been like, well, you either have to commit to this profession or this profession, and now it's like, fuck you, I'm Steve Jobs, I can do all of it.
We also try not to take ourselves too seriously, which campaigns often kind of have to do. We're just kind of fucking around and having a good time, doing our best to make a difference, and we do make a difference. Just, we also don't have to be like soy about it.
Yeah, politics is only going to get more unserious with time, I'm afraid, globally. We're not returning to like artificially maintain civility. It's just going to be a shit show forever now, I think.
Yeah, it's never coming back. Like, it was always about like the artifice of respectability was always a cancer on democracy. The idea that we have to treat politicians as things were much better when the founding fathers were dueling and killing each other. Like there was the respectability.
There were consequences to things.
It lulls you into thinking that like these conversations, these disagreements, these differences are reflective of like wonky differences, when in reality every vote is hundreds of people who will live and hundreds of people who will die. And the respectability shit, you lose that.
You're saying American politics would be better if after a Democratic consultant led their candidate to a crushing defeat against a Republican, they could be challenged to a duel, go across the Hudson, and have an iron ball lodged in their
unironically, yes.
I have I do think I have gotten so much shit from other PV members for actually earnestly advocating that we bring back the duel. Obviously, you don't have to, like, if you're challenged, you don't have to accept. But I do think people should be, I'm a libertarian socialist. I think people should have the freedom to kill each other if they
reputations in a lot of these places, reputations don't really matter anymore, right? Like there's a bunch of consultants who like obviously drive a campaign into the floor, and then they're continued, like they're just respected still. It's unbelievable. Like I don't
I look forward to seeing run for many decades in the future. That bitch who ran from the Plattner campaign and started leaking info. What's her name?
Oh, I forget what her name is. She's the fucking worst. I've spoken to her like 4 times, and every single time I felt my dick shriveling up and about to fall off. She has a genuine contempt for the concept of testosterone. It drives me crazy.
Wait, are you saying she's
There's
a misandrist? Is that why she fled Platner?
I'm not going to go that explicit, but I'm going to say that I certainly had felt talked down to in a very particular way when having conversations with her.
Why Platner then? That's crazy. Genevieve McDonald.
Yeah. Oh God, that's her name. Jesus. No, the last time I spoke to her was right before she left the campaign, right before Tattoo Gate. And she was sort of trying to convince us to not back Platner. And I was like, you do know your campaign manager, right?
This is the first I've heard of this. What the fuck?
Well, this is months ago. This was literally months and months and months ago. So it's like, it was just fucking crazy because it's like the way Platner's campaign unfolded was like 2 people who were kind of establishment, but like they're like Warrenite tier, reached out to him and were like, I think you should run. And he was like, fuck you. And then he thought about it for a day. And then he was like, okay, I'll run. And then because they were Warrenite, even though he is, in my opinion, I think very, well, he's not doing a good job of hiding it, but I would say very strong socialist. The campaign that built around him was really like wonky and Warrenite and like boring and placid and full of like consultant dipshits, because it was really like the normal party apparatus reaching out to somebody who they thought was like chud coded and didn't realize that he was actually like a principled progressive advocate.
They got more than they bargained for. Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of got played a little bit, and then everybody on the campaign
an election. Left. How exciting! The Democrats get to win an election, and it's all their fault.
Sure, yeah, Mills would have probably lost against Collins, so we actually do get the the nominally progressive outcome here on account of their inability to correctly estimate just how socialist the chud actually was, how much the think like a chud, act like a woke formula works.
Yeah, it's happening all over too. Not as bad, because like it was so bad with Platner that we literally lost contact with his campaign multiple times because multiple turnovers on the campaign happened and we kept losing contact because there was just no one left who we knew. So not that bad. It's much better now. But this has been happening everywhere. Some, like even in Alaska, you have like Mary Peltola, who, as far as anyone can tell on the outside, is a boring Warrenite Dem.
And
in reality,
she's pretty cool.
Yeah, not a socialist, but is like a pretty strong sock Dem and who has a little bit of fight in her. So it's like our odds of actually taking the Senate because of consultants' inability to understand the moment has actually been kind of amazing. It's like they genuinely don't understand the social dynamics at play, and because of that, they're now starting to fuck up in their ability to suppress the left.
It's kind of crazy.
Well, let's hope
there was one campaign that we talked to whose campaign manager, not campaign manager, but one of the consultants on their campaign basically admitted that he didn't know how to do his job of garnering popular support and making interesting content for people to watch. We were like, hey, could you send us like some interesting stuff so we can see? And he said to our face, we don't have anything interesting. We haven't made anything interesting. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Ah!
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, it's a bigger
campaign, but like, you know who I'm talking about.
I'll just say it's one of the big races we did. It's of one of the national initiatives that we did this year. Maybe it's one that's happening or maybe one that already happened. One of the really big candidates. It was this one.
He won despite this influence. It's crazy.
Oh. Well, hopefully they don't course correct and understand their mistake in the future.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right.
I mean, it's one of those things where like I'm just worried that the Democratic consultants are going to get there and just be like, "Oh, you can't say nasty things about the Republicans. We have to be bipartisan."
Does Mary Peltola have a chance? Yes, Mary Peltola has a chance. The continuous dark horse can't. Sorry, I saw in chat. Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, God willing, we'll need that 51 to take the Senate meaningfully, of course, because of Fetterman. I don't know. Who knows how it's going to go? I'll remain hopeful, and in the meantime, I really hope that these upcoming initiatives go well. I really hope that people sign up. I hope that people who are watching this understand that it is better for their brains to engage with politics rather than to comment on it from a distance, you know? The purpose of you know, the purpose of engagement with politics should ultimately be to affect your will on the outcome rather than to observe and complain. Yeah, do you guys have any closing remarks you want to make before I send you off to the abyss where you came from?
The abyss is scary. It's dark and deep down there.
This is true.
That's all I
Yes,
have to think.
there's something I want to say. I donate to Progressive Victory. I'm still paying for half of the operating costs of the org myself, and I would really like to not be doing that. Eventually, I'm going to become a psychopath, and you definitely don't want me being financially in control of the org. So
I don't want to keep taking Benjamin's money. It's all stained with Coca-Cola, and it's kind of gross, honestly.
Okay,
I'd rather the reputable dollars of Vaush's community or the leftist community as a whole support us.
Well, Lane the Goose in chat pledges to work more with PV when they are finished taking the LSAT.
based.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's
that at
actually yeah, no, honestly, we could use some more legally minded people. We need people of all different skills: coding, researching, making graphic designs,
Artistic,
making videos,
audio. Yep.
Juggling.
Yeah, like juggling.
Also, just
yeah,
like people who are social or people who want to become more social. Like, we have a whole thing where we're trying to like entertain ourselves in the midst of the apocalypse. It's a pretty good way to learn how to talk to people and like be on a stage.
Yeah, the country might end, and we need people who are entertaining while it does.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you both very much for your time.
Yeah,
Thanks, Vaush.
thanks for having us on.
Y'all take care, and good luck today.
Bye too. Thanks.
Yeah, everyone, you can do it now or you can do it later today, but they're going to be up and working all night tonight. So if you want to go up and help and make a difference, I strongly encourage you to do so. It would be good for you. And for your soul. You know, when you die, your heart will be weighed against a feather. And, you know, honestly, a lot of you are not. Your hearts are a little heavy. I'd be worried if I was you. I'm not going to lie.